Thursday, March 9th, 2024. And The View opened today to talk about JFK Jr. revealing that he had a brain worm. Apparently, some sort of parasite in his brain that died there. And somebody online, whoever it was, said RFK Jr.'s brain worm died of starvation. Hilarious. Um, and I might be prejudiced, but I would like a president who doesn't have a brain worm. um so they use this to talk about what does it mean for the election. And of course, stupid Amy Alyssa Fairfarler Griffin, she's like, this is my ninth circle of hell, there's so much going on about the Republicans. It's like, you're a moron. um have you been paying attention for the last 6 years? It's been this kind of a crazy, like, nut house about Republicans ever since Trump came down that fucking escalator. Um, anyway, uh, and she says, now, don't be, don't pile on him, RFK Jr. too much, because polls are saying he's taking votes away from Trump. No fucking shit, Sherlock. Like, does she have a brain that is functioning on its own, or is it just she can only just read something that somebody else has told her? Like, I don't get it. There's not a lot of cognitive reasoning going on from her own self. It just doesn't seem like, and it's not like she's an inexperienced person. She's in her 30s. She's done a lot. She's worked for the federal government, although under Trump. So, not learning a lot there other than what not to do. So, I mean, Jesus. And then Joy just flat out tells her she's got to vote for Biden. If you don't think you can vote for Biden, but you don't think Trump should be in, you have to support Biden and vote for Biden. She just fucking said it. And she's like, I want him to campaign harder. I need him to tell me. And it's like, and Whoopi shut that shit down in a hurry. She's like, I don't need him to tell me crap. And she's right. Like, what the fuck do you want? There's hand holding bullshit. Like, this is what I need from him. Fuck you. Can't you pay attention to what he's been doing? Can't you see what kind of a leader he is? Can't, like, what how blind are you? Again, there's no cognitive reasoning going on in your head. You have to be told and shown. That's just fucking bullshit. You're a grown person, Amy Alyssa Farler Griffin, and I know that's not your name, but I like saying it anyway. God, how fucking annoying. Um, and then, then they do this whole discussion about, oh, and Whoopi did make a joke about, uh, Donald Trump being so small, she couldn't find it to get it in. I don't know if that was said on the stand. I know that the cross examination is happening, and Stormy is making Trump's lawyer look like a moron, and at one point actually said, you're doing that to yourself, which I think is hilarious. Anyway, or apparently, allegedly, I'm not sure. I'm not there. Um, but then they go on to discuss the whole thing about this thing on the internet where if you're a woman and you come across um, you're alone in the woods and you come across another being, would you prefer it be a man or a bear? And women are saying bear, and everybody's getting, of course, men are all up in arms about it because men are insecure pieces of shit. Um, Not all men, and the women are missing the whole point about why women are saying bear, and Whoopi had it right, because in general in life, and the point that women are trying to make is that in the most innocuous of circumstances that men don't even realize, women feel fearful of men. If they are by themselves and there is a man around, there's a vulnerability by just having another human being who is male in the presence. I get it. And I don't think there's just, I just don't think there's so many stupid straight men just don't understand um, that feeling that kind of uh, vulnerability and not feeling safe somewhere. Um, but a lot of straight men don't put themselves in situations where they feel vulnerable. Um, and so they don't have a point of reference, but it doesn't mean you can't fucking learn. Like, listen to people and learn. It's not that hard. Um, Now I'm asking you to do what Amy Alyssa Farrell Griffin is doing. Um, but it, there's opportunity to do both. You can have your own cognitive reasoning and learn new things from other people who have different experiences than you. It's just not that hard. But that whole conversation devolved into chaos, and then there was sex talk out of uh, uh, what's her name's a book. Sonny Austin's written another smut book, and I love that her response. I'm a repressed Catholic. Well, clearly there's a lot going on in there, and like, why stop feeling shame about it? Clearly you don't feel that much shame because you're writing books about it. Um, you know, about women guiding men inside them. Come on. Oh, that's where the joke maybe about Stormy not being able to find his because it was so small. Anyway, um, who cares? Uh, there's too much information about Donald Trump's penis available around the world. But uh, the they didn't discuss this, but speaking of him and his criminal bullshit, Barron, who is now 18, and I know that the judge gave the day of his graduation off from the trial, and that Trump has a rally in somewhere else in some other state the same day, but the graduation is early in the day and the rally is at night. So it is possible he's going to both, but it would be just so on brand and such a slap in the face if, because he whined, I can't go to my son's graduation, which he was never going to go to anyway. The judge gives him the day off court so they can go to the graduation, and then he doesn't go to the graduation. That's like so Trump. Anyway, Barron, who's now 18 and is going to have graduated from high school, is now going to be a delegate for Florida for the Republican National Convention. Apparently, all of his children are, and uh, a couple of them have specific, elevated duties at the convention. Um, all from Florida, I think, which just also seems that's a weird like if Hillary had done that, wouldn't everybody have screamed? Nepotism, favoritism, they're just rigging the thing. Anyway, uh, so he's stacking the Florida delegation with his family, and you know now he's an adult, um, and so and he's putting himself into a political situation. I'm surprised Melania is allowing this to happen. Um, but she's as much of a grifter as anybody else, so who knows? Uh, but be prepared for people to start taking shots at Barron because he's legally an adult and putting himself in a position, um, of public service. So you know, all those people uh, who are going to be really upset. Don't pick on Barron. I'm sure didn't hold back on Sasha and Malia or Chelsea. But anyway, gosh, an example of a Republican being a hypocrite. Who could it be?